Here let's look at the right triangle trigonometry. And the trigonometry is based upon the ratios of sides of right triangles. And the 6 trigonometric functions of a right triangle with an acute angle theta are defined by ratios of two sides of the triangle. And you can see this is hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. The side opposite the acute angle, so opposite, that's called opposite. Adjacent is the one which is right next to. Hypotenuse is the one next opposite the 90 degrees. It's also the longest side. And you can see the hypotenuse, longest side. You can see the side which is opposite the angle selected. It's called the reference angle. You can see the opposite. You have to know the angle, the reference angle. And from there, you find the next one, the one next to the angle, adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. You need to know that to be able to write the ratios. And these are the trigonometric ratios. You have sine, you have cosine, tan, and here you have the reciprocal functions, which you get by lighting. Here, for example, here you can see this is hypotenuse over opposite, which is the same as 1 over sine. These are called the reciprocal functions, the cosecant, secant, and cotangent. And you can see they are just the reciprocal of the sine, cosine, and tan functions. And here they are again. So 1 over cosecant is the same as sine. So you can see them right there. And let's see how we can be able to find an angle using the trig ratios. So finding an angle from a ratio, to do this we use the sine inverse. You can see this on your calculator, cosine inverse, and the tan inverse function keys. For example, if you're given the sine of x is equals to that number and you're told to find the angle x, so you want to identify that function on your calculator, the sine inverse, and then you press it, and then the number given, and that will give you an angle. And sometimes you have to press shift sine to be able to access it. So when you press the sine inverse and then you put the number, you get the angle. And you can do the same for cosine. If you're given cosine over x is that number, you look for the cosine inverse. So, and then you put the number, and then you get the angle. And here you are told to calculate the trigonometric functions for angle theta and for alpha. So starting with angle theta, you can see the sides are given. So when you are doing this, for example, sine, opposite over hypotenuse, that's why you have 4 over 5. If you're doing it for alpha, that's going to be 3 over 5. If you're doing it for cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse, 3/5. You're doing it for alpha, the adjacent is 4 over hypotenuse, which is 5. And we get all the ratios, including the reciprocal functions for both angles. And here, to find a missing angle from a right angle triangle, we need to know 2 of the sides of the triangle. We can choose the appropriate ratio then to be able to solve it. This is, in this example 1, we are given 2 sides. This is 6, this is 14, and an angle C between them. So we are told to find the measure of the angle. So how do we do that? The first thing is to label the sides with measurements, and then choose the ratio that contains both of the letters. So how do we? So here, so we are given A is equals to 6, A is equals to 6, H is 14. So we know that's cosine, A over H. So it's 6/14. We convert it to a decimal. And then we just use the calculator to find the cosine inverse of that. So we get 64.6. And this is another example. So we are given these two sides. So we name them opposite, adjacent. So that is 10. Then we substitute the O and A with the numbers, 8/6. And then we get 2.6. Tan inverse of that, we get 69.4. And we can do another one here. So here we're looking for y. So we name the sides opposite, hypotenuse. So that will be sine. We plug in the numbers. We get the sine inverse of that number as a decimal. So we get 56.4. And here, in this one, we are looking for the side K. So we're given the argo this time. So we label the sides. So when we label the sides, this is going to be our adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So that means we are going to use cosine. So cosine is A/h, so K/7. We multiply both sides by 7. That's how we get that. Then we get cosine of 30. Put that in the calculator. Multiply by 7. So you get the value of K. And here is another example. We are given the argo. So the first thing to do is to name the sides. So this is opposite. This is adjacent. So that means we are going to use 10. And so we have opposite of adjacent. So we plug in the numbers. And then we multiply both sides by 4. So that's how we get 10. 50 times 4. And just here, make sure you do that first. And then you multiply by 4. And that's how we get that answer. And here is another one. And again, what do we need to do? We label the sides. So this is opposite. And this is hypotenuse. So we're going to use sine. So we write sine A, which is the same as sine of 25, is K/12. Then we multiply by 12 both sides. So again, remember to do that first, multiply by 12. And that's how we get 5.1. And here are 3 more examples. You can pause and study and see whether you can also be able to do it by yourself. So here is another example of how we can use the trig functions. Suppose you are given the secant of an angle is 4. Find the value of the other trig functions. So we are given secant, which is the same as hypotenuse of adjacent. So it is equal to 4, or we can write 4/1. So hypotenuse is 4, adjacent is 1. Then we can use Pythagorean theorem to be able to find the missing side. And how do we do that? Remember, 4 squared minus 1 squared is going to equal the missing side. Let's call it x squared. So x is going to be the same as square root of 15. That's how we get that square root of 15. And then knowing that, then we can find all the ratios, the sine, cosine, tan, and the reciprocal functions. So here is an application problem. So we have a surveyor standing 115 feet from the base of the Washington Monument. So here, 115, the surveyor measures the angle of elevation. So this angle is 78.3. And how tall is the monument? So we're looking for y. So again, here we have a triangle. So we do opposite, which is y, over adjacent, which is 115. So we plug in the numbers. So remember, we are looking for y, and we know x is 115. And then we multiply both sides by 115. So you multiply both sides by 115, and that's how you get y is equals to, so you get y is equals to 115 tan 78.3. And that's the same thing you see here. So that adds up to be 555 feet.